What is up, Digital Skull Nation? I'm Tony, and today we have a mammoth of a story for you guys, because it has to do with journalism, it has to do with Pewdiepie, aka Felix Kleinberg. So, a couple of months back, like sort of last month, beginning of this month, a couple of weeks back, something like that, PewDiePie, aka Felix, did a video where he got a bunch of people on a site called Fiverr to do some things for $5. He was basically joking around, and on one of the things, like there was this sign he got them to hold up called "Death to All Jews," but it was supposed to say something about Keemstar, and it was supposed to make Keemstar look like the one who was supporting Jews and things like that. Now, that was a joke. Let's make that clear. That was a joke. However, then it gets a little interesting. You know, he makes a video in response to some kind of articles that people, have been sending him and things like that, of the media saying things about him and taking things out of context, calling him racist. But now it's continued and it's spiraled out of control. That's right, Disney, who owns Maker Studios, the media sort of mogul, if you will, that Felix was signed to, they basically disowned him. They've essentially cut all strings with him. They don't want anything to do with him because of what journalism has done. And what has journalism done? They've taken this innocent, fun-loving guy and they've turned him into a Nazi supporter over jokes. What the hell, journalism? Like, I have no words. Like, why? How on earth is that even remotely okay? To twist what someone has said, a joke that someone has said, to the point where it makes them lose their career. That is. Oh, it angers me. You know? I mean, I've taken journalism classes in the past, I am studying to be a filmmaker. But in the journalism classes that I took, they taught us to go after truth. They taught us to, they tell you to look for stories and stuff in a variety of different places, and that stories can come from anywhere and anything. But they also said, to be truthful. They teach you to, bring attention to your audience, which the internet age would call clickbait, but they don't teach you to lie about the subject matter and make someone out to be something they are not. Context is hugely important. Hugely. So anyway, Disney, because of Maker Studios and things like that being attached to PewDiePie, Disney being the owner of Maker Studios, having bought them out, they fired him over a joke. Like, I, I just don't even. I mean, yeah, he was joking about Jews and yeah, but let's be clear about something here. The media are cherry picking bits of things that he has done to try and make him look bad. Now, I'd expect the tabloids to do this. And I'm okay if the tabloids do it. It's the tabloids. The tabloids are known for this kind of stuff. You know, they're known for spreading gossip and saying stuff that isn't necessarily true, you know? Because that's what the paparazzi does. They spread lies about celebrities for money. I'm not okay with that, but, you know, that's their job. It's what they do. You know, but that's not journalism. When you're the Wall Street Journal, when you're the Sun, when you're a major news outlet that lots of people will read on a day-to-day basis, it's your job to present fact. If you're not providing fact, you are failing as a journalist. I mean, okay, you know, some journalist sites are biased. That's not always wrong. Sometimes it's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay to have a bias. I like to be unbiased, but you know, I like to be the one in the middle, looking at both sides of things. But you know, to 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 do that kind of thing to someone just isn't right, and to do it to the point that they lose their career isn't right either. You know, uh, there's a thing called journalistic integrity, and this breaks the rules of that over the knee. You know, I mean, you know, like I I talk about you know him like this because I know the media are better than this. I know we as the people who are viewers of this content are better than this. You know, J.K. Rowling picked this up and she fell for it. You know, there are some, there are countless numbers of people that have been taking in this journalism, quotation marks, and thinking that it's true when it isn't. As a journalist, you're supposed to get facts, and as a taker in of that information, it's your job to look that information up before you go spreading it around, before you retweet it, before you do anything. Learn to recognize slander people. It's not that hard. You know, I mean, take the video that Wall Street Journal made of PewDiePie. They literally cut up videos he made that were monetized, and they made it out like what they were saying was true. Come on. All it takes is having a brain and saying, there's got to be more than is presented here. Do some digging. And this isn't just in, like PewDiePie's case. In general, you should always, as a reader of the news, if you're a young journalist, you should be looking for all the information you can. I mean, even PewDiePie had information that he didn't know, and they went and used that against him. Stuff that he doesn't even know, because apparently some, Nazi kind of people had sort of taken to him, and then the media took to that as well, and they were calling him a hero to these people. All I'm asking is to think, before you hit retweet, before you hit share, before you hit any of that. Think. I'm not suggesting, to be more political about what you post, but like, think is all it takes. Because there is a high possibility that you could be sharing media, and we've all probably done it, that isn't 100% accurate. And I think it's like people are waking up to it. It's slowly becoming more obvious, which sites are satire, which sites are legitimate. But we need to start recognizing real news, because if we don't, that is dangerous. That is a really dangerous thing. If we cannot sort fact from fiction on the internet, that says a lot about the people who use the internet on a daily basis. They are basically falling into a delusion and essentially believing a whole bunch of things about the world that might not even be true. How do we know what to trust? There's another thing, How do we know what outlets to trust anymore if all of them jump on board for the sake of clickbait to make money? It's disgraceful. And as I sort of said earlier, context matters. If you're a journalist, if you're anyone, I don't care how much you hate someone, do your research. It's not hard. It's not hard to figure out, who someone really is. At the end of the day, most importantly, regardless of whether any of it is true, we're all human, okay? Some people make mistakes. Anyway, I've said my 2 cents. I could go on for hours, but I won't. I'm Tony. I'll see you next time. Peace.